Hi guys, this is Come Flying to the Sky. A few years ago, my husband had recently turned back to the Lord after wandering in a desert period and basically losing faith for a number of years. And so at that point, we had not been attending a regular fellowship as a family. And so we were actually on vacation at this time and we stopped in on a friend's church one Sunday morning. Now, if you've heard bits and pieces of my testimony, you would have heard that my husband and myself, unfortunately, have gone through some pretty severe spiritual abuse. And that is something very painful and difficult to work through. But I would say now on this side, we can more easily and quickly recognize a lot of things. But one thing is structures and systems and programs that are often built with human hands, with well meaning hearts and good efforts, but are not actually being led by the Holy Spirit per se. And so it was with this mindset that I had been at this church visiting these friends this Sunday morning, and I was observing all of these things. And I was like, okay, they have this like perfect children's program, and everyone has, pagers, and, the worship service is just all like perfect with perfect worship music. And oh, of course, there's a coffee bar, and so everyone can casually visit after the church service. And so as I was kind of going through all of this in my mind, the Holy Spirit very quickly stopped me and he said, "Be careful, Sarah. I'm still at work here." It was a year or so later. I had been listening to a podcast, something I don't often do, but on there it had a very good point. It said that the gift of discernment often has a counterfeit, and that is a critical spirit. And I realized that while I thought I was operating in something wise and understanding and able to see things properly using the gift of discernment, I was actually operating in a critical spirit. Here's the question that I pose to you: are you judging with righteous biblical judgment, or are you judging out of self righteousness by thinking that you are better than others? And that often is coupled with that critical spirit, and often a mocking spirit, and one who also belittles other people. This is something I see take place many times when someone is doing an exposure of someone else. They often are doing it in a critical spirit or have a mocking spirit. There is something very wrong when those people are doing that. Now, I'm not saying write them off altogether, but I'm going to tell you that you need to be careful of who you're listening to and what you're listening to that they're saying, because if you start listening to that and thinking that's acceptable, that is the biblical way to do exposure of people, you are also going to be opening up to those same spirits and probably acting in the very same way, which is opposite to the Spirit of God. Now, I'm not saying you cannot be strong in stance and be strongly outspoken when you're dealing with a true issue, but we need to be always walking in love and be guarding our thoughts, making sure that we are walking in the right spirit with a fear and trembling of the Lord, and know that we are going to be accountable for every word that we speak. All right, thank you so much for watching. Take care and God bless.